As much as the rodeo is every cowboy's life dream, it is also the most deadly place he can be. The art of PBR comes with the risk of broken bones, concussions, and bruises, but there are worse things that could happen to a rider. While some riders like Justin McBride, JB Monty, and Tough Headman are lucky enough to survive with some broken bones and ribs, others end up riding their last in the most unpleasant way. Here are some of the most deadly accidents that happened in PBR history. And number one was the most painful number 5 JB Man versus Bushwhacker taking center stage, are the notoriously dangerous encounters between JB Monty versus Bushwhacker. A fearless rivalry PBR icon. JB Monty and the fierce Bushwhacker, Bull Bushwhacker, when ranked as the number one bull in the top 30 bulls in PBR history, had one of the highest buck-off records in PBR competition, with about 56 buck-offs in all competitions. It was no surprise when fearless PBR Saint J.B. Monty decided to ride this bull for the first time in 2011, and the result was an immediate buck-off barely 3 seconds into the match. This encounter left Monty with a few lacerations and broken ribs, but it was not enough to keep the rider away as he soon started to study the bull. The match ultimately ended in victory for the toughest bull, earning 47.5 points in the PBR finals, but Monty wasn't one to easily give up. He spent the next 5 attempts between 2011 and 2013 trying to subdue the bull, but only ended up being battered every time. Nevertheless, a little concussion wasn't enough to scare off Monty as he went head-to-head with Bushmaker again in the 2013 PBR finals. This time, Monty was determined to have the last laugh as JB Monty rode with his heart and his mouth at the Tulsa events. Bushwhacker was an even fiercer competitor in the end. Monty not only dominated Bushwhacker, but became one of the only two riders to ever do that, with a 95.25% Tough Hedeman versus Bodacious. A brutal encounter would be unleashed with over 5 Bull of the Year awards between 1992 and 1995. Bodas, who died in 2000, was single-handedly responsible for over 100 bull riding injuries, with the most famous of them involving PBR legend Tough Headman. Tough Headman began his bull riding career in 1980 and had his first encounter with Bodas at the 1992 competition in Memphis, Tennessee. Bodas, who was already notorious in the sport for headbutting his victim, leaving them with severe concussions, didn't spare Headman from his wrath as he crushed the bones on his face and chest. This injury from Bodas further sent a statement to other riders who would dare think of riding him a month later. Tough Headman showed up to ride Bodas again at the Tampa event. But once again, Bodas bucked him off with some more bruises. Returning in the 1993 events at Long Beach, Headman was able to subdue the beast after his third attempt and scored 95 points, which automatically contributed to his BOP championship title that year. That victory increased Headman's confidence in his abilities so much that when he encountered Bodas in 1995, he didn't see any need to be scared, but this would turn out to be his biggest mistake. Bodacious had learned a new bucking skill. One he unleashed on Headman, the game ended almost as quickly as it started, as 1 second was all the bull needed, and the next he was on the ground with a broken jaw and an entirely smashed face that took over 13 surgeries and some titanium plates to fix during his last championship event before his retirement. Tough Headman tried riding, bring himself to do it, especially when he couldn't guarantee if he would make it out alive this time. In the end, Headman retired from PBR as an icon, but with irreparable physical damage, all courtesy to the fiery rage of Bodacious. But is getting your face smashed the worst injury that could happen in the rodeo, or could things take a more horrible Lane Frost's tragic end? A legacy? Cut short turn number 3. Lane Frost versus taking care of business. Lane Frost was no doubt on his way to making that legacy when he made his professional debut in 1982. After learning to ride bulls and calves at the young age of 6, he had the dream of every young American rodeo rider retiring as a champion. But his dream was cut short, winning his first PCRA title in 1987. At the age of 24, Lane Frost became one of the greatest